Plenty of missions in the GTA games never make the final cut. For whatever reason, Rockstar Games removes these missions for lack of purpose, story continuity, or just because the missions in question didn't fit the game's tone. Luckily for us though, many of these missions can be added back using mods, which restores not just the basic objectives, but even dialogue lines and long lost cutscenes. And that's exactly what I want to do in today's video. We're going to be going through all of the most interesting cut missions in the GTA franchise, and adding them back with mods while I showcase to you guys what they actually were. Let's start off with everybody's timeless favourite classic, GTA San Andreas. So there's several missions removed from GTA San Andreas that we're aware of. No doubt there's probably even more that we've never even heard about, but our first cut mission is a mission called Impounded, which is given after completing the mission High Stakes Low Rider from Caesar. So usually after beating this mission, we don't hear from Caesar again until much later into the Los Santos chapter. However, with this restored content, Caesar rings CJ with a cut phone call.
Now who's the loser?
I guess I am, Holmes.
Oh, shit. Caesar, sorry, man. I thought you was Kendall. We got this thing going on since we was kids.
That's okay, S.A. You drove good today.
Yeah, thanks.
Anyway, I called to invite you over. Your sister said we should hang out, get to know each other.
Okay. What you got planned?
Well, you want to see my garage? I got some beer.
Yeah, okay.
And bring a nice car, Holmes. I'll tune it up for you.
For sure. I'll see you later.
And from here, we can go to Caesar's house and start the mission Impounded. And there is audio for the cutscene, but sadly the actual cutscene is non-existent. But let's take a listen to some of the lines.
So CJ, let's see your wheels.
Ain't nothing special, just, you know.
Chale, let Caesar work his magic. I'll make it special. Hey, where is it?
What the f?
I thought you said your ride was here.
Oh, shit. It's been towed.
What?
Oh my God.
No.
Damn, what's the matter with this city? They always towing people's shit.
Holmes,
I didn't even hear. Did you hear?
No.
I was gonna hook your shit up, eh?
Damn, what they the secret car towing service? Damn!
Cálmase, Holmes. Don't worry. We can get it back. I know where the impound is. It's cool.
So, as you probably heard, this mission interestingly was introducing us to the vehicle impound mechanic, which, if you're not aware, still remains in the game. It's just that the game never tells us that this is a thing. Sometimes you can find the latest vehicle you were driving in the Los Santos Police Department impound lot. In this mission Impounded, CJ is tasked with retrieving his vehicle from the impound lot, thus introducing us to this long-lost mechanic. I will admit this mission does feel a little bit stale and boring, and perhaps this is the reason why Rockstar cut it from the game. I mean, San Andreas is already a Goliath with over 100 missions, and this mission serves no real meaning towards the storyline, and Rockstar probably thought it was not interesting enough or important enough to keep. Essentially, you just head on down to the Los Santos impound lot under the police station, steal your car back, and take it back to Caesar's, where he will then install some nitrous to the vehicle, which possibly could have been where we were first introduced to nitrous and being able to add that to our vehicles at the vehicle garage, but it's unconfirmed whether that's the case. But this wouldn't be the only mission cut from GTA San Andreas, because now we're moving on to a completely different mission with a very familiar name, but it's not what you think. So the mission in question is called Doberman, and that might sound familiar to you if you're a fan of GTA San Andreas, because there's already a mission with that name in the final version of the game. However, this cut version of Doberman is entirely different.
CJ, get over here. Now you listen to me, you sanctimonious piece of shit. Pancho is my man and DEA don't touch my asset. That's just the fucking law. Oh, I don't give a holy fuck about some targets. Go frame some other rock slinger. Crack my ass, you lying piece of shit. Listen to me. You leave him on the streets. Got me? Carver, you piece of rat shit.
Having a bad day, Officer Tenpenny?
Hey, don't even think that that approaches Huma Johnson. And Hernandez, don't ever laugh at me again. Get over there and get my fucking phone. Move it!
Carver pulls in Pancho and he's gonna fold.
Well, it's a good thing we got our Doberman here to deal with it. You listening, Carl?
Nah, I didn't hear nothing.
Hey, don't yank my Carl. You get over there and freeze that bus in East Los Santos. And Pancho doesn't make it into custody. You get me?
Yeah, whatever, man.
There should be some weed being bagged as evidence. Think of it as a little opportunity we threw your way.
So here's how the mission would have played out. CJ would have been sent to the witness's location to silence him before he could talk. However, upon arriving, CJ finds that the police have already arrived at the property and are in the process of arresting the witness. Strangely, as Pulaski pointed out in the audio file, there are some strange packages scattered around the house which you can pick up, which completely doesn't really serve any purpose whatsoever. I mean, it's not like this is Chinatown Wars where you could actually go around selling product on the street, so picking up these packages is pretty much useless. CJ must then pursue the police escort van carrying the witness and eliminate him to ensure he never speaks out. In my opinion, this mission would have added another layer to the portrayal of Tenpenny and Pulaski. It would have made it a lot more clear that they're very corrupt and they're trying to cover stuff up, but I think I understand why Rockstar Games cut this from the final game. It doesn't really serve much purpose towards the story that much, and it's a little bit unusual with the package collecting as well. But there's another San Andreas mission cut from the game, which arguably to me personally is even more interesting than this last two, and possibly one of the coolest ones. I'm kind of upset that was never actually present in the final game. And this mission is called The Truth Is Out There. Now, The Truth Is Out There would have been a mission that would have taken place after the mission Green Goo. So, following the events of Green Goo, the truth would have most likely rang CJ, and this has been found in the game files, so take a listen.
Truth! How are you?
Can't talk now. I need your help for something special. I'll be waiting.
Hey, man, what the... Dang!
So this mission would have seen CJ obtaining a police helicopter from the San Fierro police station, which is our first clue as to why this mission was cut, because getting to San Fierro all the way from the desert is a really painful task. Anyway, when CJ eventually arrives at the San Fierro police station, something even weirder happens. A random explosion seems to go off or something, which distracts this police officer, and CJ kicks him and then steals the helicopter. It all just kind of seems like a complete mess. And I mean, the very beginning of this mission is a total disaster, so I can kind of see why none of this made any sense and Rockstar Games removed it. But it's the later half of this mission which is the best part, which I've been waiting to show you guys, because this is where the mission really gets interesting, and it's a shame that it was never actually in the final game. But we can see remains of it in the actual GTA San Andreas, but you've just never realized. Now, what I mean by that is, in this mission, CJ has to escort the truth to safety while the FBI attempt to arrest him. There are these roadblocks dotted around the route that the truth takes, which feature the FBI truck, a vehicle that does exist in the game files but was cut late into the game's development. So these vehicles were in the game particularly, or specifically shall we say, for this mission. Now, I found that really interesting. I've always been so fascinated by this FBI truck that existed in the game's files but was seemingly inaccessible, that you couldn't get without mods. And we now have our answer as to what this FBI truck was for. It was going to be used in this mission where the FBI roadblocks were trying to take out the truth. Out of all of GTA San Andreas' cut missions, this one has to be my favourite choice to add back out of any of them. It has a really cool, unique feeling. I will admit that the beginning of the mission really would need some reworking, but I don't really know why Rockstar Games deleted this from the game, and it kind of feels like the truth just disappears into thin air. This mission
Jesus Christ.
This mission at least would have given us a nice conclusion to the truth storyline missions and gave us a reason as to why he goes quiet for a while, because he's hiding from the government. But we're going to move on now to GTA 5, because there's also a few missions from GTA 5 that were cut from the final game, which I think you'll find very interesting. Our first mission in GTA 5 is called the Sharmoota Job. So this is a cut heist that was originally planned to be a mission for Michael and Trevor, robbing the mansion owned by Martin Madrazo. In the mission prior, we can hear Trevor suggesting to Michael that they should perhaps rob Martin Madrazo's mansion.
By the way, I know why you took me there, to that guy's house. Understood.
Understood what? That he's a terrifying psycho and that you might have that in common? What is it? We gotta work for him.
We don't gotta work for anyone, but I read you, man, loud and clear.
What are you talking about?
All that Aztec stuff, those weird little artifacts.
What?
The little fertility statues, whatever. The guy has trouble getting it up. We'll clear 2-3 million on those, easy.
The two protagonists would have to steal a safe, Martin Madrazo's prized horse, and kidnap his wife, Patricia. Yes, you heard that correct. There was going to be a horse in this mission. And there are actually some sound files left over for the horse in the game. Here is a police radio scanner confirming that the horse was going to be rideable.
TOL aircraft, riding a light-colored horse, on a white horse, on a black horse.
So it sounds like Michael and Trevor would have had to pretend they were interested in buying the mansion, and then a lady was going to show them around the property where they would then case the joint. The main valuables were paintings, artifacts, and a safe hidden behind a wall.
No, please don't touch the ornaments.
Ah! Oh, look! Oh, a panther!
My bad. There's a wall safe back there. You never can be too careful. Well, if you two are animal people, the best is yet to come. Well, yes, the vendor has a very important collection of Aztec art.
Albert, we could use this as the baby room!
So in the stealth approach for this mission, Michael and Trevor would have snuck into the house at night time, but Patricia would have woken up and been disturbed, and they would have had to tie her up, then kidnap her, where they would then remove the safe from the wall and steal the horse as well. But in the daytime, things played out a little bit different. Michael and Trevor would have disguised themselves as clowns, arrived at the house during a party, then steal the safe using stealth, and perform party tricks to gain access to the stables. Which sounds completely bizarre, but that's genuinely what's written in the game files.
And then we had to, during that one, we had to dress up as clowns as well and go to a kid's birthday party kind of thing. And I think that's where we were supposed to steal the horse and ride off on the horse.
And our second mission in GTA 5 is particularly interesting to me because it's quite mysterious. What we do know is that it's called HARRIER, and you can probably guess from the title, the mission was all based on the Hydra jet, which is a VTOL jet, vertical takeoff and landing. Now, the Hydra jet was actually supposed to be in the game from the very beginning. At least that's what this game trailer would lead us to believe, because yes, that's the Hydra right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this mission was going to be given by Solomon Richards, and perhaps a Harrier jet was needed for a movie or something. But anyway, Michael was supposed to plant bombs in an underground train tunnel, which would then collapse in on itself, dropping the Hydra into the tunnel, where Michael could then fly it out. This is an official animation, whatever, left within the game files that shows the tunnel being destroyed. The mission would have taken place in Cypress Flats, where a section of Popular Street, directly in front of the LS car meet in GTA Online, would be blown up, dropping the trailer carrying the Hydra into the train tunnel underneath. I guess Michael would then vertically fly it out of the tunnel and fly it away. Obviously, the fact that the Hydra jet doesn't exist in the base version of the game is one of the main reasons why this mission was cut. But besides that, I don't really know why Rockstar Games didn't decide to include this. I guess it didn't make sense, or stealing a military jet for a movie just didn't seem like the right thing to do, maybe a bit too drastic. I don't know. But what about missions that are removed from GTA games because they're simply too dark and disturbing? Well, that's the rumour for these next ones, but for these we need to go to Grand Theft Auto 3. So you may have heard about a character called Darkel. This was allegedly a super controversial character, and many people still think that Darkel was just a rumour and he never existed. However, Rockstar Games confirmed his existence in a Q&A in 2011, stating that Darkel was in fact real, but was removed from the game for not fitting the game's tone, whatever that means. Well, here's also a photograph of Leslie Benzies, who worked on the game, pointing towards an early concept of Darkel's character. So yes, he certainly did exist. Darkel was originally meant to give the player 5 missions via the payphone, and they were slowly all cut during development. One mission in particular rumoured to be blowing up a school bus using a remote control RC Bandit. Using mods, we can add this fan-made mission back into the game, and you can kind of see it in the background while I've been talking here. However, Rockstar shot this theory down in their Q&A, proving the school bus mission wasn't true and was purely speculative. However, one mission is not speculative and is still present in the game, which I'll discuss with you in just a moment. But it seems like a lot of Darkel's missions were actually rampages, and when Darkel was removed from the game, were simply just reskinned as rampages as we know them in the game or the final version. So the only confirmed Darkel payphone mission that quote unquote survived, if you will, into the final version of the game was the mission I Scream, You Scream, which is now given by El Burrow in the final version. In this mission, we need to use a remote detonator to destroy an ice cream truck and eliminate a large group of NPCs. So you can certainly see why people might have thought that Darkel would give the player even more seriously dark, disturbing missions, considering how dark this mission is in GTA 3. I kind of understand why Rockstar Games probably thought that this wouldn't match the game's tone. I think it's pretty smart that they reskinned them as rampages if that rumour is also true, and I think that matches the game's tone a lot better than this mysterious character in a tunnel that would give you crazy missions like this. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments section below, and I hope you guys have enjoyed exploring some of these deleted GTA missions. What video should I cover next? Let me know down in the comments section below, and I'll see you guys in a future GTA video. Adios.